In previous videos, we created our character from scratch. Now it's time to dress him up. I go to Marvelous Designer and start the process. Add the avatar, set centimeter in scale settings, then import the basic pants pattern from the library. After selecting rectangle and double-clicking in the 2D window, you can input dimensions in the pop-up window. You can make a group of symmetrical patterns by pressing Ctrl Z. It will be our waistband. Adjust its position on a character. Sew the pieces together. And freeze the waistband in the 3D window. Use the free sewing tool to sew to the pants. After creating the first sewing line, you can press Shift to sew multiple patterns. Activate the waistband and simulate. Select the Edit Sewing tool, then select the sewing line at the center back and merge it. Using bond on the waistband allows it to maintain its shape and makes the pattern less likely to slide. Shorten the length of the pants. After decreasing the shrinkage warp, the pants will be put up so that we can make the leg opening. Selecting rectangle and clicking in the 2D window, you can once again enter dimensions in the pop-up window. And repeat the process we made for a waistband. After sewing and merging together leg openings, lower its length and modify pants width. Applying bond on the leg opening allows it to maintain its shape and makes the pattern less likely to slide. Lowering the vertical distance can help the pattern fit the avatar more accurately. Freeze the leg opening and then use the free sewing tool to sew to the pants. Select the waistband pattern outline and then offset as internal line along the curve. Apply 100% elastic to the internal line. Select the waistband and lay clone over. Uncheck elastic and bond on the cloned waistband. Remove linked editing. Use the center point as the axis and modify the scale of the baseband. You can delete the sewing line created by the lay clone and resew it with the free sewing tool. Change the sewing line type to torrent. Select segment sewing and sew the two sides of the waistband. Then select the waistband and right-click Superimpose over. It will arrange the pattern on the outside based on the sewing line. Ensuring the pants are stable, we can freeze the pants pattern. For some small patterns, we can lower the particle distance to produce finer details. Then simulate. Apply 100% elastic to the leg opening to maintain the length of the pattern outline. Select the leg opening and right-click, lay a clone over. Remove linked editing and uncheck elastic and bond on the cloned leg opening. Then I delete middle points and use segment sewing. When the outer layer is larger than the inner layer due to the size difference, we will create many wrinkles. We can increase the shrinkage weft to get the same result, and also lower the particle distance to produce finer details. Next, we are going to create the pocket. Select Line 3D pattern in the 3D window and draw lines on the pants and add curve points by pressing the Ctrl key. Select Edit Line 3D pattern and right-click and cut the pocket. Select the pocket and offset pattern outline and change the side segment type to Extend. Use the free sewing tool to sew the extended part of the pocket to the pants. Don't forget to change the sewing line type to make it flattened. Apply a layer valued of -1 to the pocket. The simulation will now automatically identify which pattern belongs on the inside and which pattern belongs on the outside. When the pocket is in the right position, we need to reset the layer value to 0 to avoid collision issues with other garments. Select a curve path and offset as internal line on 8 mm. Use the Edit Curve Point tool to modify the curve of the pants. Select the pants and use Layer Clone Over in the right-click menu. In Material Library, we can browse the fabric presets. We can use knit cotton jersey for the elastic waist pants. Increase the shrinkage weft and the shrinkage warp to make the outer pattern bigger than inner pattern. After the pants are ready, we can now create a long sleeve hoodie. Free the pants and add a basic t-shirt. Rotate the sleeves so they repeat the direction of the arms. Then hit the spacebar key to activate simulation and drape the t-shirt onto the avatar. Select the bottom lines, then choose Offset as internal line in the right-click pop-up menu. Enter 45 mm in the distance field and hit OK. Then right mouse click on the internal line and choose Cut and Sew in the pop-up menu to cut them apart from the body patterns. Move the bottom point of the side line in 35 mm to widen the waist. Adjust the sleeve to make it longer and change the length of a bottom line. Use Offset as internal line to create a cut line for the cuff. Then choose Cut and Sew in the right-click pop-up menu to separate the cuff while creating a sewing line at the same time. Click side points and align to right or left in the right-click pop-up menu. Then the lines will now have the same length. Drag the box to shorten the width, activate simulation, and the sleeve cuff will tighten. Press the cuff to maintain its shape. Now create a rectangle pattern with a width of 500 mm and a height of 500 mm. Then arrange it to the side of the avatar's head. Select translucent surface to see a character head. Use the Select Line 3D Pattern tool, then click on the pattern to draw lines based on the avatar's head shape. Hold the Ctrl key, click to create curve points, then click the Start point to finish the closed shape. Then choose the Edit Line 3D Pattern tool, choose Cut in the right-click pop-up menu, delete the unnecessary curve points. Create a symmetric pattern. Then choose the segment sewing tool to create sewing lines. Then select the free sewing tool and sew the necklines. If the hood looks too tight, you can adjust the points or segments to make the pattern longer. Then drag the hood to the back of the avatar and adjust it to form a nice shape. Now select the desired material and color for our texture. And export OBJ model of the clothes. Choose Weld one. After all the modeling is finished, we can now continue to AI part and create our interactive NPC, which we will do in the next video. See you there!